Dill Hero, and I'm standing here with Danny Mack. Later on, we're going to hear from Brownie Hero and Peyton Slamming as your Naptown Roller Girls are on their way to championships, WFTDA Championships, for the very second time. The first time in Denver this year, the 2012 WFTDA Championships is in Atlanta, Georgia.
That's right, Dill. And we'll hear from Jay Roller a little bit later, the head coach of the Naptown Roller Girls. She'll tell us how this year is a little bit different from last year. But first, we got a chance to talk with Dora the Destroyer, Katya Lookin, Enya Grave, and Amuse Bouche about how they're preparing for Atlanta.
Well, physically and personally, I've been doing like a lot more CrossFit, which I think it's helping with like making my muscles bigger, and also like with the workouts they're very short, and sometimes they're only 2 minutes long, and we always say we can do anything that we want for as far as we can for 2 minutes at a time. So when we do those short workouts, like I just kind of relate that to Derby and like, all right, I can push this and kind of like think of it as that last half of the game, where hopefully other teams are getting tired and we're still going strong. So that's what personally I've been doing physically. I know we've all been taking our outside training a lot more seriously. Mentally, we've focused on our mental game a lot more this year, and just visualizing everything and trying to focus on the win.
Well, I'm a super fan of the 2-minute workout.
Do you have any superstitions that you would say you had, like maybe you don't shave your armpits for 8 weeks before a bout or something? I don't know.
I always try to, I have like a little routine. I like to write my journal before a bout. I try to drink and listen to the same things. Other than that, I had a lot of superstitions back in college, but not so much anymore.
Well, there you have it. Amuse Bouche, superstitious and super vicious.
As one of the veterans of this team, how have you seen things change over from when you started until now, going to your second World Championship?
Philosophically, very little has changed with the Naptown organization, which is one of the greatest things about the Naptown organization. We've always taken ourselves pretty seriously. We've always been pretty competitive. The difference is how we've executed our philosophy and our goals, and that's been fantastic.
So talking about getting ready, talking about preparation, is there anything that you guys are doing different now? You're going to Atlanta, it's different than Denver, you know what I mean? You guys, it's different than suburban Denver. So what are you guys doing different that you guys, weren't doing last year or we're doing last year?
I think our pre-bout discussion and camaraderie and things like that, we're all coming together on the same page a little bit more than what we were, a little bit more scattered maybe in Denver. We were just excited to be going at that point.
First go at it.
Yeah,
right? So,
first go, we're all
Understood.
excited. So at this point we're reconstructing what our focus is. So we're really coming back down to us as a group.
All right, awesome. So Denver was a huge learning experience then going into Atlanta, and you guys got some knowledge now, right?
Absolutely.
Well, cool. Well, I just got one more question when you get back to practice. I know you got stuff to do. In your opinion, the smelliest, nastiest piece of gear on a roller girl at the end of a bout? The worst.
Oh God, it's got to be the wrist guards.
I know! Fist bump on that. But not too much though, because you didn't sweat in those, right?
These are bad.
Okay, good. All right.
Okay, we had a chance to talk to Maiden, CK, and Piper, and we got a chance to ask them the question, what are they taking from last year into this year?
Well, last year it was very new, so there obviously were a lot of things that we weren't quite prepared for. So I think using that as a learning experience and being even more prepared and being completely ready for anything that could possibly come our way is how last year's showing is going to help us this year.
I feel like our team has definitely meshed well this year. We've taken strategy to a whole nother level, and we're much more prepared to come into this bout. I think we're going to understand what champs, what the atmosphere is going to be, what it's going to be like, and we're going to get, our main goal is to be more focused and more team oriented, and just go out there and put all our strategy together and play as a team.
This is Serial Killer. She's going to go kill some people in Atlanta. 2012 WFTDA Championships.
I think that looking at it this year, I think our team has a better dynamic, and I think we're gonna kick butt.
We're getting ready for the big matchup here. Number 3 out of the North Central, Naptown, versus number 2 out of the South Central, Atlanta. And Dill, before we go, Peyton Slamming had a chance to talk with Jay Roller, and she asked her what's the difference between last year in Denver and this year in Atlanta?
This time we got a couple new faces with us, and a little bit better organized, I think. Now we know what to expect. Last year was definitely a learning experience. Got a little hectic at times, so I think we're just going into it a little more comfortable. So.
Now, you've already played Atlanta once this year, a few months ago, and you defeated them. This was in a closed bout down in Bloomington.
Yeah.
What has changed in that time period, that 4 or 5 months?
Well, we switched things up pretty quickly, so in 4 or 5 months, actually, a lot of things can change. Switched up our strategy a little bit, tried some new things, we're experimenting. Got some new faces from last time we saw Atlanta, so it should be interesting, exciting.
And let's say you defeat Atlanta. What's your strategy or any idea what to do about facing the behemoth that is Gotham City?
We've been taking a look at Gotham, of course, but we never want to look past the first bout. So just like in a bout, we take it one jam at a time. We're taking it one bout at a time. So as soon as that's over, we'll move on.
Head coach Jay Roller.
Let's get down to business.